games. Hope I scared you a little bit. Alright. Got games for days. Hero Brigade. What year is this from? Years ago. You know, it doesn't say on here. But I figure this is anywhere from 7 to 12 years ago old. Alright, but heroic deck building and card battling. Take on the role of the valiant heroes or dastardly villains. Recruit powerful mercenaries to your side and then go head to head with a friend in a fast-paced duel. Hero Brigade combines the best elements of deck building and positional card battling games to create a unique experience that's frenetic and fun. Components: 20 hero cards, 20 villain cards, 50 resource cards, 4 additional hero cards, 4 additional villain cards, 7 additional resource cards, start of turn marker, reminder tokens, HP counters, 13 plus, 1 to 2 players, playing time 15 to 30 minutes. If so, sounds like a great filler. A fun and enjoyable game with surprising depth. Andrew Groen, the Penny Arcade Report. There's a lot of interesting things, and what grabs me is how quickly it played. Tom Vassell, the Dice Tower. Okay, he has no reason to stunt, unless he's getting paid. Well, nah, he has no reason to stunt. Hero Brigade is a lot of fun, challenging, fast, and gives players a lot of choices. Cyrus Kirby, Father Geek. Zucchini People Games. Game Salute. Trying to think of where I heard of this from. I don't recall. But I had to try it though. Yeah, this thing isn't suited to acting like you still have the plastic on it. Right. Alright. Cool comic looking damage counters. Bert, natural disaster, and start. Nothing on the back. Why not anything on the back? Cheaper that way. Right, we got some 2 deck boxes glued to the freaking insert for some reason. This is odd. Alright, we got a couple cards, some heroes, and the main stack of cards. Let's see if there's any surprises under here. Nope, no surprises, but this is the first time I've encountered the deck boxes being glued to the insert. It's gonna bother me if I don't take these apart. Yeah, came apart pretty easy. Alright, 2 deck boxes. Let's check out these heroes first. Heroes and villains, I take it. Let's see if we can see the year that this was made. Uh, 2013. Yep, called it about 10 years ago. Alright, but yeah, heroes and villains. Well, first let's read the book a little bit more. Alright, intro. Welcome to the Hero Brigade, the heroic deck building and positional card battling game. In this fast-paced 2-player card game, you and a friend will each select a deck, either the hero deck or the villain deck, and play the respective role of the team of heroes, the Hero Brigade, or the band of villains, the Vile Legion. During the game, players acquire cards from the common resource deck to make their deck stronger, and then prove it by defeating their opponent in combat, eliminating cards from the opponent's deck as a reward for each fallen foe. Players will play through their deck multiple times in a game, but each time a deck is run through, a card is permanently lost as penalty. The first player to run out of cards loses the game. Don't let it be you. Components. Yeah, we already did that. Kickstarter stretch goals. Hopefully they're in there. Note, remove all stretch goals when first learning how to play the game. Stretch goals cards can be substituted in later on a 1-for-1 basis to add more variety to later playthroughs. Okay. Card overview. Cards in Hero Brigade come in two types: characters and enchantments and enhancements. Characters represent those allies who will live and die for you in the upcoming fight to the death struggle that is Hero Brigades. Enhancements represent additional items and powers that are attached to characters, boosting their prowess. Name, card anatomy, the name, 2, the HP, top number, value is 3. The number of cards removed from your deck when the character is defeated, not a good thing. Okay, so mill that number when they're defeated. That's the value. Type, that top left. A type has no inherent effect, but grants its card attribute, but grants its card an attribute which may be referenced by card effects. A character may have multiple types. Example, Vasilla has 2 types, magic and hero. Alright, hero right there, and then magic. Right? The ability box. A character may have 4 abilities, each belonging to one of the 4 ability groups. F is for front row. S is support row. Back row sounds like. And P, play effects, and or G, gain. Each ability group may have multiple abilities. Each ability has a name and an effect, and each ability name will be in bold, followed by a colon, not of the intestinal variety. Ha ha ha. Our HP, value, damage, healing, damage reduction, animal type, fighter, psychic, mutant, alien, magic, science, normal. Very easy to grok. Symbols. Enhancement card. Got a type. That card has a type. Dueling cards is the only cards that I like. Astral projection, that's the name. E is enhancement type. Specifies type a character must be to allow this enhancement to attach to it. Enhanced psychic character deals 1 POW when it attacks, 1 damage. Alright, ability box. An enhancement may have more abilities, each belonging to 1 or 2 ability groups. Enhance or play. Each ability group may have multiple abilities. Alright, setup. To prepare a game of Hero Brigade, the following steps are performed in order. Shuffle the resource deck and place it face down in the middle of the play area between the 2 players. Place the dice and tokens on one side of the play area within easy reach. Determine the starting player by any means you choose. And the starting player chooses and takes either the hero deck or the villain deck. The opponent takes the other. Each player shuffles their deck whilst mentally preparing to wage battle and takes it face down in their personal play area. Rule terms. The following terms are used in the rules. Active player, the player currently taking a turn during the play phase and fight phase. Disabled, a card in play that can't be used again this round, indicated by being turned sideways. Party, all the cards the player has in play. Ready, a card that is available to be used. Starting player, the player with the starting player marker. Playing the game. Hero Brigade is played over a number of rounds, with each round consisting of the following 4 phases performed in order. Draw, each player draws cards from their deck to fill their hand. Play, the players take turns playing cards from their hand. Fight, the players take turns battling their opponent using the deployed cards. Clean up, discard unused cards, and prepare for next round. The starting player marker is passed to the other player. Important, the first fight phase is not performed during the first round. Rounds continue until the game ends. Winning the game. The game can end in 3 ways. Party depletion. The game ends immediately if one or both players have no cards in their party at the end of the fight phase. If one player still has cards in their party, they win. If both parties are empty at the end of the fight phase, the current starting player wins. The current starting player. Alright. Deck depletion. The game ends immediately if one or both players can't draw 4 cards in the draw phase. If one player did draw 4 cards, they win. Otherwise, move to the tiebreaker. Resource depletion. The game ends at the end of the current round if there are less than 4 cards in the resource deck at the start of the draw phase unless the game ends earlier by other means. And if the game does not conclude at the end of the fight phase due to party depletion, move to a tiebreaker. The player with the highest total card value in his party wins. In the event of a tied party value total, the current starting player wins. Draw phase. Draw cards from the resource deck and place them face up in the pool, i.e. the common area within reach of both players. Each player draws 4 cards from their deck. Play phase, starting with the player who has the starting player marker. Players take turns resolving 1 card at a time from their hands. Cards resolve fully before the next card is played. Once a player has elected to pass, they can resolve no more cards in this phase, but they can still execute interrupts and reactions in their hand that are in the playability group. The play phase concludes when both players have passed and have no cards in their hand. Character. Each card can be resolved in one of 3 ways. Deployed in the leftmost empty position in the player's front row. Leftmost. Deployed in the leftmost empty position in the player's support row. Or played resolving the card's playability. Okay, so you gotta deploy guys to the left. Front or back row. Played resolving the card's playability. A player's party consists of 2 rows. A player can't deploy a character in their party if they already have a character with that same name in their party. The deployment rule does not apply to enhancements, nor to characters with the type of normal. If your party is full, no more empty positions in the front or support rows. You may not deploy any more characters in your party until there's a vacancy. Did it say 4 max? Okay, the front row contains 3 positions, and back row has 2. Alright, 3 and 2. Simple. Alright, a player can't blah blah. If your party's full, no more. Gotta wait for vacancy. Enhancements. An enhancement can be resolved in 1 of 2 ways. Attach it to a character that has a type that matches one of that enhancement's types, or played resolving with the card's playability. A character may have multiple enhancements attached to it, but can't have more than one of the same name. Alright, fight phase. Okay, let's go to the... Starting with the player who has the starting play marker. Players take turns performing their character's abilities. In a turn, the active player chooses one of the ready characters in their party and executes all its usable abilities. Usable abilities are those listed under the ability group that matches the role where the character is positioned in the party. Okay, front support, you can only do those ones if you're in the proper row. Example, if a character's in the front row, its usable abilities are listed in the front row ability. Alright, so you can do those 3 things. If a character has multiple usable abilities, resolve each in order from left to right and top to bottom. Each usable ability must be resolved in its entirety before moving on to resolve the next. Cleanup phase. Both players discard all cards remaining in their hand. Remove all cards remaining in the pool from the game. Okay, when the last of the character's usable abilities have been resolved, disable that character, tap it to indicate that it can't participate again during the fight phase. A player can only pass if they have no ready characters in their party. If a character has no usable abilities, a turn must still be spent disabling it. The fight phase concludes once all deployed characters for both players are disabled. Okay, the fight phase concludes once all deployed characters for both characters are disabled. So you got to use all of your deployed guys and disable them, tap them. Alright, set all disabled characters to ready. Pass the starting player marker to the other player. Okay, so starting player means just starting for that round. Deck management. When a player's deck is empty, the player immediately shuffles their discard pile to reform their deck. Then they remove the top card of their newly shuffled deck and banish it. Banishing a card defines placing it on the player's personal banish pile. Its effects removing it from the game. This is commonly known as burning or trashing in other games, actually exile. This generally isn't what you want, given that you lose if your deck gets too small. Reshuffling and banishing the top card takes precedence over all other processes. When drawing and discarding multiple cards, each draw or discard is performed 1 at a time. Discard piles are face up with just the top card visible, but may be perused by either player. Hit points in defeat. When a character is dealt damage, its hit points are reduced by the amount of damage dealt. Dice are provided as a means of keeping track of the character's remaining HP. I didn't see no freaking dice. What my dice said, man? You shorted me on some dice? What is that about? That's not cool. Anyway, I got plenty of dice. When a character is reduced to 0 HP, unless it's defeated, it first completes any usable reactions it may have, and is then moved to the owner's discard pile together with all enhancements attached to it in order of the player's choosing. The defeated card's owner must then draw an amount of cards from their deck equal to the defeated card's value and banish these drawn cards. Nice, I like that. Alright, ability groups. Ability groups include front, support, enhance, play, and gain. The rules have previously defined when an ability is in each of the first 4 groups is usable. An ability in the gain ability group is usable when it's on a card that is being gained. A card is gained when either it's acquired from the pool, drawn from the resource deck in order to be added to the player's hand, deck, or discard pile. A gain ability is executed before its card reaches its destination, the hand, discard pile, or deck, by the player performing the gain. Alright, interesting. And ability types. An ability is either passive or active. Passive ability includes constants marked in italics, interrupts marked with an I, reactions marked with an R. An ability that is not passive is by definition an active ability. The player who is executing an ability is called the executor. Mandatory abilities. All active and constant abilities are mandatory. They must be executed within the rules when the rules oblige them to be executed. If a mandatory ability contains the word may, you may. Passive abilities, constant ability, damage reduction, unaffected, makes you immune to certain stuff. Yeah. Alright, interrupts. An ability marked with an I is an interrupt. And interrupt is usable if its ability group matches its card's position in the party, or during the play phase if its ability group is play. And interrupt is usable even if the card is disabled. Alright, reaction. An ability marked with an R is a reaction. A reaction is usable if its ability group matches in the card's position in the party during the play phase. If the ability group is play, a reaction is usable even if this card is disabled. Alright, targets and unassigned damage. There's a kind of long and super boring sections, but it is essential to gameplay. Sorry. Here's a short breakdown. If there's a valid target in the opponent's party, you have to use your character's ability on a target. This can even be a target in your own party, such as if you have a clone, spy, twin clogging up a party position. Even if there isn't a valid target in the opponent's party, you can target something in your own party, choose not to resolve the ability, or do unassigned damage. And unassigned damage comes from row attacks when there are empty positions, or attacking an empty row when there are no valid targets. Alright, that's the minutia. Here's the long form explanation. Exception, you may always choose not to resolve a heal ability. Okay, row attacks. When resolving an effect that applies to multiple cards, the executor chooses which eligible roll to resolve first. Okay. Card terminology. Acquire, take a card from the pool and place it in your discard pile. Attack, an effect that deals damage. Banish, put it back in the box. Put it back in the exile pile. Deploy, placing a character in your party. Disabled, rotate sideways. Tapped, X damage, deal X damage. Damage reduction, Dr. X, damage reduction. A constant ability that reduces damage by X each time the card is dealt damage. Front row, FR, front row target. X heal, move, penetrating damage, damage reduction, can't reduce it. Nice. Support row target. Swap. For swap resolve, there must be 2 eligible characters and they must be within the same party. A character can't swap with an empty position. The 2 characters swap their positions in the party, each taking their attached enhancements with them. Taunted. If a character becomes taunted by an effect, the next turn in the fight phase must see the taunted cards take its turn if able. For example, if it isn't defeated or disabled, each of the taunted card's abilities must target the card that triggered the taunted condition. Alright, example, Chinese calculus attacks. I don't know if that would fly today, Chinese calculus. Effects protocol. Oh man, and thinking about those like Dr. Pimple Popper, the people with the real jacked up teeth, Chinese calculus. Effects protocol to allow the game to flow smoothly and quickly. Play the game at a pace which all players are comfortable. Example of play: setup, first round, draw phase. All right, good thing they give an example of play. I like that. All right, solo variant. What? No gamer buddies around, but you still want to play some Hero Brigade? Just open up the box and want to get your feet wet? No worries, we've got you covered. All right, man, I really need to start on my solo gaming tip. All right, cool. All right, let's check out these cards and get out of here before long, before 30 minutes. All right, Citizen Beta. It's got a 4 health and it's got a 2 value, which means if it dies, you're gonna have to exile 2 cards from the top of your deck. Hero, front row, Righteous Fist. Penetrating 2, which means it can't be stopped by damage reduction to 1 front row target and disable it. Tap it. Padded suit, 1 armor. Okay, outwit, support row. Disable 1 target, tap it. Batarang. Penetrating 1 damage to 1 target plus penetrating 1 damage if target is already disabled, and elusive, unaffected by row attacks. Front support and play effect, street cred. Draw 1 card from your deck or an opposing player discards a card. Okay, now this is weird because it says 2013 to 2022 Zucchini people, so maybe they just added new cards or something this year. All right, cool. All right, Citizen Beta. Cool link character there. It's a strength type or whatever. 4 health, 2 value. Front row, Righteous Fist. Penetrating 2 to 1 front row target and disable it. Padded suit 1. Very similar. Okay, yeah, it has the same move, same exact thing. Righteous Fist. All right, then we got Outwit, same exact thing. And Street Cred, same exact thing, strangely. All right, Citizen. Okay, yeah. What am I talking about? Citizen Beta. It's the exact same guy. Just different art. All right, Little Maple, 2 Little Maples, 2 Armadillo, Big Brain Brett, 2 of those. Bro. Oh, maybe one is the hero and one's the villain. No, both heroes. Okay, and then we got some villains, 2 villains. Mercenary. Is this a third faction or what is this? Or these are just like not the. I don't know. All right. Anyway, bro, alien and science type and psychic type, 5 health, 2 value. Astral Whip, 3 damage to 1 target. Teamwork. This card deals +1 when it attacks. If Fist is in the same party. Bro and Fist. Yeah, Bro and Fist. Okay. So these are the same type guys, but they might have the same. Nope, they don't have the same moveset. Alright, Knuckle Sandwich, 3 damage to 1 front row target. Teamwork, this card deals 1 damage when it attacks if Bro is in the same party. Leg Sweep, penetrating 1 to 1 row teamwork. This card deals +1 if Bro is in the same party. Timeout, banish this card and Bro or an opposing player discards a card. Right. Tiger Mother. Got some nice puns in these names. I can always appreciate that. Tiger Mother. 6 health, 5 value. Man, 5 value, okay. She's gonna hurt if she ever gets defeated. But she has 6 health though. Battle Him. All other cards in your party deal +1 damage when they attack. Thick Fur, 1 armor. Battle Him, we already read that early. No, maybe not. All of the cards in your party. Okay, same thing. Front row and support row both have Battle Him. And then Unacceptable. Banish all weakness cards in your hand and discard pile. The Log, Bite 3 to 1 target and is taunted. Bark, 1 armor. Guardians of Nature. I'm taking it that's Heal. Heal 1 if another card in this ability is in your party. Log Rolling, heal 1 to front row target. Heal 1 to 1 support row target. Bark, 1 armor. If another card with this ability is in your party. Natural Order, on play. Draw 1 card and acquire all cards with the Guardians of Nature ability in their pool. Guardians of Nature, okay, right there. Okay, another Guardians of Nature. Catherine the Nereid. All right, the Nurid, and Eldesta, the elf. Okay, and bust the cards open. Still can't believe they shafted me on my dice, man. What's that about? Just because I have dice doesn't mean I want to use them for this. All right, Alien Frontiers. I hear that's a real good game. Haven't gotten to play it yet. Okay, Duel Betwixt Us. Heard that's pretty fun too. Cartoona. Know nothing about that. A creature building game. And these are all by Game Salute, established 2008. Blackwater Goats. Gang Fights in the Old West. Chaos and Alchemy. Colossal Cave, the board game. Epic Death. And feel free to scan these guys in. Check them out. Formula E. Bruno Fedudi used to be my favorite designer of Citadels. And I got to check out that Raptor that he has. Racing in the whole new weight class. Frontier Skies. Fun Employed. Hear good things about that. Alright. Alright. Dr. Cat. Wild and Psychic type. 2 health. 3 value. Hero. Front row. Brainwash. Disable 1 target. Telekinesis. 1 damage to 1 target. An illusion unaffected by 9 people cards. Mind Blast. 3 damage to 1 target. Illusion unaffected by 9 people cards. Play effects. Psychic Mastery. Draw 1 card from the resource deck or banish up to 2 cards in your hand and or discard pile. 2 Burts. Are there Ernie's? Nope, Ernie's not next up. Alien type and Scientist type. 8 health, 2 value. Okay, that's pretty good value. 8 health and you only get a 2 value loss with them. Front row Clobber 2 if to 1 front row target if it's taunted. Armor 1. Rock. 2 damage to 1 target. Eager may move into a front row position. Armor 1. Protector reduce all damage to 1 support row target during the next fight phase to 0 or acquire 1 card from the pool. 2 Burts. And let's check out some of these enhancements. Johnny Pyro. Vasilla, she's in the book. Saying police officer. 4, 5, 6, 7 or so of those. Reinforcements. Professor Dog. Villain. Chinese Calculus. Villain. Fred the Talking Potato. I really like that. Villain. Got the little roots coming out. Villain. Natural Disaster. Villain. The Mime. Villain. The Excrementalist, that's the best one, is poop with glowing eyes. The Excrementalist, mentalist eyes, that's my favorite. Alright, Henchmen, clones and stuff. Rifle butt, simple powers, rifle, 1 health and 0 value, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so of those, and 1 out of order. And reinforcements 2 with 1 ability. Special. Acquire 1 card from this pool or put a villain in your party on top of your deck. Okay. Okay, that's a special, not a... Okay. And then mercenary. Didn't really make mention of mercenaries in the book, did it? Guess it's a new type or something. I don't know. And then alien ship enhancement. First enhancement. Enhance. Alien type. Enhancement. If you enhance something, I guess. Enhanced. Alien character can only enhance alien characters. Deals +1 when it attacks. Play effect. 5 damage to 1 alien target. I guess you have to do that. Yeah, and it can be to the enemies, I guess. Ambassador Squishy, another mercenary. Alien ship again, out of order. Astral projection enhancement. Enhanced Psychic character deals +1 damage when it attacks. Play effect 5 damage to a psychic target. Blank Slate, Bunny Dangerous, Captain Mediocre, Clone Spy Twin, 3 of those. The Deadly Duelist, Kung Fu Jones. Oh yeah, he's my number 3. My other one was the Potato. Madame Romalda, Magic Tome Enhancement. Enhanced magic character deals +1 damage when it attacks. Play effect 5 damage to 1 magic target. They all okay. Malediction Duck Pope reminds me of my girl Lauren. She made a Game Boy game with a Duck Priest, so this has got to be my 4th favorite. Mutant DNA enhancement to the science target or mutant target. Rex Regal, Science Gizmo, 3 of those. Secret Weakness, bunch of those. And this is a weakness type. What's that about? Sounds like an enhancement that's just a negative. Movement of G. What is G? I forget G. Movement of vulnerability when drawn from the resource deck or acquired from the pool. Placed in an opposing player's discard pile. It has no abilities and is now part of their deck. Okay, just one of those clog up cards like DC deck building game. Sparring Partners enhancement. Tactical maneuvers special. Okay. Play effect, draw 1 card from your deck, or you may swap positions of 1 front row target with 1 support row target within the same party. So yours or the opponent's. 5 of those. The Feeder, Mercenary. Man, I'm starting to think like mercenaries are maybe things that I really don't know what mercenaries are. Are they heroes, villains, or just the neutrals? Alright, anyway. 32 minutes. Can't wait to play this Hero Brigade. Looks pretty cool. And yeah, be on the lookout for that coming soon. Boyo Games, like, comment, subscribe. Knowing me, most likely whenever I put this up, I'll put the gameplay the day after, more than likely. But anyway, what are we doing? Goodbye Discovery. You lasted about 5 seasons. Michael Burnham. Yeah.